Bam. I think it worked. Hey. Oh.
Yes, it did.
I'm hearing myself. Why am I hearing myself? Where am I
you
hearing
have the-
myself?
I love that blood transition.
Yeah, thanks.
It's like a little red.
That's good, yeah.
Red is representative of apples.
Sure. Yep. You know what?
Yeah,
sure.
talking about the apple that Eden ate that, you know, eventually
That
led to
Eden?
Cain.
Eden
That Eve ate the Garden of Eden.
I'm
Which
sure the
led
garden
to-
I haven't been to church in a while, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
I
It's
had,
gonna
like,
be a show, everybody.
oh, this is gonna be good.
Wait, was that all on stream?
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, hey,
All my friends from Seattle by night, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I was like, hey, everyone, are you guys ready? And then I was like, cool, we're gonna do the transition. Everybody got fixated on the transition, and then it derailed from there before I even got a word in.
Warning. this
Welcome,
stream has
everybody, to
graphic
tonight's
depictions of
episode.
Chronic stupidity.
Oh my god. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's episode of Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle Shadow's Embrace. I'm your lovely storyteller this evening, Fennicini. Around me are 5 individuals who have lovingly given me the past few Sundays to play this ridiculous game with us, and now we're deciding to make a stream out of it. So, before we start, I want to say a quick thank you to the lovely followers that have given us a follow here this evening as we've been going live, and thank you for bearing with us as we did some technical difficulties and then final prep checks, and then realizing I left all of my Vampire the Masquerade stuff upstairs. So thank you for that. Also, thank you specifically to Caleb, Golden Dragon 12, and Jesse for gifting 5 subs.
What?
Just read it, and it's really bad.
So apparently you do. Like every stream I be in with you guys causes chaos.
I'm not sorry.
I don't expect
I
you.
mean, it's fun.
Gotta bring that big apple
Big
energy.
energy.
The BDG, or BDE, whatever. BDG.
Big apple energy is not the same as good apple energy.
Yeah.
But welcome.
Well, there's the apples.
Of course, it's the apple that Eden ate, and not.
You said it again.
I know.
Oh,
I said
damn
it
it.
on purpose that
Oh,
time.
my God.
That one was a callback.
That
That
one
was
was
a
a callback.
callback
I was
to-
about to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah. Which
Hey,
is the
what-
bad one. In
Hey,
comparison.
Fen, what are we doing?
What are we doing? We're playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition. We're diving into a beautiful city with a luscious nightlife called Ambervale. Ambervale is not a real city because I don't feel like offending anybody in the actual US or otherwise. So I made up my own city that is probably arguably worse than any actual city. But hey, we're here. Off the coast of Oregon, this fictional island and fictional city of Ambervale is where our lovely coterie around me currently reside. And we started off our sessions with some just intro pieces, getting to know each other. And as we're diving into tonight's session, we pick up with one of our characters who is finally able to rejoin us after a few weeks off due to bad things. But we're here now, so good things now. Sorry.
It's me.
Yeah, it's you. So we're diving into what they did over their course of them being absent, as well as diving into what is the result of some of these decisions that the characters have made prior to this. Real quick, before we get started, why don't we go around and introduce ourselves real quick and who we are playing this evening. I don't have them up on this week, but next week I will be obviously including the lovely clan symbols, so that way we know what clan each person is. Ideally, this will get more professional as we go. So, why don't we start at my left? Jesse, you go first.
Where I am? Okay. Hello, my name is Jesse. I am one half of Jacqueline Hare, and I am playing Khalees, who is a Banu Hakim. That's all I get. I mean, that's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's all I really needed.
Cool.
Yep,
I nailed it.
you did nail it. Perfect.
I was panicked. I
plus.
was worried.
A plus.
I was worried I was regret everything.
Nate, who you can meet next? We're just gonna go around a circle.
Hi, my name's Nathan. I am GNA3000 on Twitter, and tonight I will be playing Matthew Rontag. I am a gangrel and the oldest member of our coterie as a survivor of the Crusades.
Welcome, welcome.
Which one? Because there were more than one.
Yes, you know the Crusades, the one that happened on Saturday.
Yeah, he didn't pay attention. He wasn't in it for the reasoning. He didn't pay attention to names.
Weren't there 23 Crusades?
Yeah, that's
You know that
Yeah.
one?
the one.
He
Which
was
one?
canonically
Yes.
in several.
I picked. I went for Crusade Con. 1782, whatever the fuck, and I decided to go back.
All right.
I helped to set up and clean up.
New bit. New bit.
Shane, before we keep derailing this.
Shane.
Okay. Okay, before I get into introing myself, can we talk about how I messed up explaining Genesis, but I knew how many Crusades there were?
We were gonna let you have this.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, I am Shane, also known as Marine of One. I play Randuin Tremere. He's awesome, but he's kind of like, at the same time, terrible at everything.
His baby.
He's a baby.
I'm gonna keep saying.
Julian.
Hi.
Keep calling him
Hi, I'm
baby.
Julian. I think he's baby. Mikhail doesn't think he's baby. Who I'm playing, by the way? Mikhail is a 34-year-old Finblood, who has been a kindred for less than a week. Shit's
Solid,
awful.
Like 3 days.
Yeah, like a whole maybe 3 days, I think, at this point.
He
So
might be on day 4, but yeah.
okay. But yeah, there's a lot of change in his life, and he's trying his best to keep his head above water, I think.
And last but certainly not least, Caleb.
Hello there. My name is Caleb Wade. All of Current Adventure Presents on YouTube, and I will be playing River Marlowe, who is our Toreador.
And like I introduced myself earlier, I'm Fennicini, the storyteller for this evening, as we dive into the wonderful world of Ambervale. I guess we're not doing Ambervale by night because I feel like that's a little overdone, but we're doing Ambervale at night. So
At night.
at night, huge difference.
Late night.
Night.
Ambervale.
Night.
Ambervale nights.
With like crazy synth pop and neon.
But
in the background.
you have to say it like that. though. You have to say it like that, otherwise it's invalid.
I just want to get a lovely intro now done specifically by Nate. Anyway, last we left off with our coterie, a court was held at Elysium to decide the fate of a couple members that had been working behind the prince's back. And that led to some interesting discussions and I believe a verdict for the accused that were on trial at that court. A couple of former coterie members that were doing less than pleasant things. And in their efforts to get things done, they may have forsaken some things. But through some efforts of goodwill and some good speeches, they are saved of their final deaths. For those new to the world of Vampire the Masquerade, final death is when you die as a vampire. Because as vampires, unless you are a lovely thin blood here, you are already mostly dead. But meanwhile, as that court is being held in the past couple of nights, we focus on another individual who is currently working his way back to Ambervale. Now, Matt, you got a call from one of your friends from the Crusades, and he needed you to pick up a couple things as the beckoning was calling him.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
All right.
He can't stay in Portland much longer. So he asked you to meet him in Portland. He arranged transport, and he has called you to the lovely city of Portland, Oregon, not far. And he introduces himself. Well, reintroduces himself. You already know him. Hold, please. I had the name on the tip of my tongue, and as I was speaking this, it got. I apologize. Constantine Morgan is the name. He was one of your fellow crusaders of sorts that joined you in the night.
Mm-hmm. Don't have a lot of those.
Not many left. But he has called you. He is, as far as you know, pretty high up in the Camarilla structure for Portland. You don't know the details because you guys kept in loose contact, and the less you share over the internet for the Second Inquisition to find, the better. Also, internet is neither of your guys' forte. So, but he did contact you, asked you to come, arrange transportation. You meet him in a large kind of garage warehouse. And he goes, Matt, it is so good to see you.
Wonderful to see you again, Constantine. I had hoped it would be under different circumstances.
I agree as well, but you know how few of us are left that have not traveled east.
Yes, that time does seem to be coming for all of us lately.
It does indeed.
Have I already picked up what he needed?
I will say that this conversation is where he is giving it to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Marco.
I trust you have put your affairs in order.
Most of them, yes. Save a bit of intel I wish to pass along to you, as I think it will prove more useful in your hands than in mine.
Well, I'm all ears.
So, I have this written down because it is stuff I picked up while eavesdropping and wanted to make a note of it without attracting suspicion. So, as I spend many of my evenings at various establishments, and I always carry a notebook, which, you know, I picked one up when they started becoming a thing back in the, long time ago. Like the thin ones, but. So he hands you a dark gray notebook, finely bound, with a little, kind of those elastic straps to keep it closed.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, in there is everything I've collected on the Inquisition's movements into Amberville.
This is quite something.
Personnel, records, things of that nature, whatever I could dig up. It could prove useful, as I believe they're planning to raid something. They didn't clarify what, probably for purposes of security.
The hospital exploding.
No, let Matt have the fun of understanding it. So,
I feel like being around a long time, Matt at least has like a twang of anxiety in the pit of his stomach. He mutters, I knew I shouldn't have left.
it'll be alright. I think the coterie you're helping definitely will make good use of this, amongst other things.
Well, one of them will. I apologize. This is a great boon you've given me, and I do not wish to be flippant.
Obviously, And I understand but I want to see that it is in good hands before I head east.
I will make sure that it is used properly, whether it is by me or by the one I have coming once I make the same journey you are about to embark on.
Let us hope it is not soon for you. You spent so many nights not in the darkness.
We can't outrun death, friend. You and I both know that. You can delay it, you can fight it, but you never really get away.
I know that as well as you do. But we all hope that it can be put off.
I think Matt would pull out a flask and offer silently one last drink to his brother in arms.
Mm-hmm. He'll take it. I'm presuming it is blood.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He takes a sip of it, passes it back.
Have a desire to finish anything important you need done?
Not at the moment. I have a couple of my child sorting out most of those affairs here. But if you do run into a Banu by the name of Khalees, do thank them.
May I ask for what?
They've been beneficial in garnering specific kine for a couple of my more estranged friends, and keeping them in line has proven useful here in Portland.
Sounds like quite something. With how my life's, or unlife's been going lately, if they're that much of a mover, I doubt I will have the ability to avoid the pleasure of their acquaintance.
Oh, I wouldn't look at it as such of a negative light. They're Banu, obviously, but they're...
After all these centuries, my friend, I think you and I both know that change is never something we look forward to.
No, but nevertheless, if we... Fighting it has never been our strong suit either.
Gosh, I wish you were wrong.
Well, you should be getting back.
Yes. And I have a couple errands to run on the way, my own, but and he reaches over and he grabs Constantine's shoulder and he looks him in the eye, and all traces of humor leave his face. May your path be easy, friend.
And may our sword be
Blade
sharp. He nods.
I nod back and depart. I let that be my last word to him.
So, you begin making your way back. You mentioned errands you had to run.
Yeah, I remember I mentioned to you in a message I was hoping Matt could get the chance to check in on a touchstone or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You certainly can. Do you want scenes with those, or...
Yeah, I've got 3 people in here. I've got my one direct descendant, and then Ren, who's a homeless teenager that Matt keeps a particular eye over, and Selma Harold's, who's a veteran that's struggling, that feels a particular bond with. And those were the two I was hoping I might be able to zoom in on. Ren, I don't know if I would interact with directly. That's more of a like Batman on the rooftop looking over, making sure, and like occasionally dropping little care packages in their path and slipping into the shadows before they notice.
Batman?
You're Santa.
You
Very
sound like
different
Gwen.
interpretations.
I love the dichotomy of those interpretations.
Dark
Batman.
Santa.
You're Santa. Selma, I think Matt does have like an alias for, and we'll go and interact with and check in on.
Okay.
I
would say you check in on Ren. Ren's still homeless, but he's managing as much as he can. They, excuse me, sorry.
That's fine. I hadn't mentioned.
Yeah, they. Pardon me. They're trying to make some semblance of a path forward, and while they find their luck to be ever increasing, they hope that maybe someday they'll be able to get off the streets.
Matt would like leave a couple bags of basic groceries with some crumpled up, like 2 or 3 crumpled up $100 bills and a package of train peanuts that he got on the trip, scattered in the bottom, because that's who Matt is.
That is in fact who Matt is. Your veteran friend, what is your alias with him?
I think it's we're gonna say it's Robert Adams.
Okay.
And he fought in I think he was in Iraq, which
Iraq or Afghanistan would probably make the most sense.
Yeah, probably, which are both places Matt went and then left, because as we've gone over, Matt does not like modern warfare. He finds it incredibly boring. Yeah, I think he usually checks in with them at like with her at a support group that he'll occasionally go to meetings for, and just make sure she's doing okay.
I would say I don't think this one really necessarily needs a scene in specifics.
No, there's one thing after this which I thought might actually make a good scene, which makes more sense for the direct plot.
Oh, okay. Do you want to say as the support group is kind of wrapping up for the evening that this scene happens? Would that make most sense?
No, I mean, sorry, I miscommunicated. I meant like there's one other thing separate from this. I figured we could just do a quick zoom over Selma and say like Matt checked in with her, unless you have something important for her. But there's a bit of vampire life I want Matt to address before he goes back to the story.
Yes. You are able to check in on Selma. She is doing well. The support group has seemed to be helpful. She talks about adopting a dog, the former military dog, and caring for it, and being able to find a sense of solace with people or a dog that has been in a similar situation. So
Matt gives some like weirdly specific dog care tips, like from the perspective of things dogs like.
Dogs like bones.
Yeah, that's what I meant. After that, in the scene with Constantine, I alluded to someone I have coming for after Matt has to go to the east. And that's a childer of Matt's from several years ago that Matt has a particular bond with, that I kind of imagined him after Matt was done training him, going off to like find his own way. And I think Matt wants to give him just a phone call.
Okay.
And his name is Cameron.
Okay. Cameron. Obviously Clan Gangrel as well.
Much more animalistic hunter than that.
Very much lives in the woods type.
Oh, like a weird Portland hobo?
No. No. More like random person in hoodie who smells kind of strange as you pass them on the street. After dark, much more like the vampire version of a hunter from Left 4 Dead is kind of how I imagine.
So Matt, but Habbo.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
You give Cameron a call, a couple rings, and he answers. Hey, what's up?
Hey, just checking in, I guess. I just, it's been a while since we talked, and I like to keep you updated and vice versa. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just, I've been up in the hills the past few months.
Gosh, that sounds nice.
It's not bad. The woods and hill, like all this is very beautiful. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Look. You know how I feel about secrets. So,
yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan. Yeah. I feel like I instilled that one pretty well. I'm in a coterie officially now.
Wow.
Things have been.
Got you into a coterie?
Yeah, the prince has me working with other people, so I'm not doing great. And
I don't blame you.
Not having a good time.
I keep having to play Hungry Hippos. I hate it.
there's the chocolate milk. I can't
Shit
even.
keeps being
You know I've always been a
Hungry
no-no
Hippos.
kind of guy.
No, I just. Things are getting worse here. And you remember Constantine?
Yeah, you talked a lot about him.
Yeah. I just saw him all.
He went east?
He went east.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's that hit at a time where we got a thin blood into our midst, and he had a kid. He has a kid.
No.
And he's doing better than me, better than I did, but yeah, the old humanity's really kicking up for Matt, and I guess I just wanted to let you know, make sure you were all right. I just want you to, if it comes up, if you get the call, I'm leaving a key with a member of the coterie. Their name is River, and they can trust. You can trust them. You can trust all of them. Actually, no, don't trust Mikhail. He's weird. But or not Mikhail. Sorry. What was It was a different name, and I
Theodore?
always got those two.
Marquis?
Marquis?
Marquis, thank you.
Marquis /
Don't
Marquis.
trust-
Marquis?
No, Mikhail's great.
I was like, oh.
Don't trust Marquis. They're weird. But they're good. They're good people. They suck at keeping themselves alive, but they seem to be getting better.
You consider anybody who's not with you in the Crusades that's sucking at keeping themselves alive, so.
I remember why I didn't have more kids.
Because you can barely keep up with me.
I'll get you back in the training ring and we'll see who keeps up with who. You remember that?
Oh, I do. I just like jabbing you while I can from across the phone.
Sorry for calling and being emotional, but
Hey, it's,
thanks for picking up.
Of course. Emotions aren't always bad. Regardless of what you think.
I'm gonna go make sure no one fucking died while I was in Portland.
Probably a wise
You-
decision.
You enjoy those hills.
Can we star wipe to the asylum exploding now?
I was gonna ask, does Matt like feel the ground shake?
I was gonna say.
Matt's equivalent of being emotional is saying, "Oh fuck."
It's like, well, I shouldn't have left, but it shouldn't be that bad. Smash cut to the asylum exploding.
I would say.
Theo getting
Smash
staged.
cut back. It's fine.
I would say, as you hang up that call and you say that nobody's gonna make sure nobody got themselves killed, you hear an explosion off in the distance. You're still on the south side of Amber West, where Camarilla has made their claim to the city of Ambervale. And the asylum up near the park is. You hear an explosion off in the distance.
Matt hears the explosion and he looks straight up at God and goes, one time, can I just go home and take a nap and then deal with your bullshit?
Can you roll me? Can you make a roll for me?
One of God's angels is gonna come down and kick you in the head.
Pull up. My
Boot
list.
to the head.
One of those angels just like,
No.
Make me a
Hi,
roll.
here, Gabriel here, God's messenger. He says, "Fuck you."
One of God's angels, he just comes down. Your call is very important to us.
Please stay on the line.
Charisma and persuasion.
Fuck, I have 0 in either of those.
We're sorry. God can't come to the phone right now. Would you like to leave a message?
What do I roll if
your
I
name
have
is
no
Pastor
dots?
Jesse Custer, please don't call again.
If you have 0 dice.
I have 0 dice.
And you roll the attribute, right?
Yeah.
He has 0 in the attribute, don't you?
I have 0 charisma and 0 persuasion.
You can't have 0. You have to have at least
you have
one.
to have at least one.
Oh, okay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I need to up some stats.
Someone didn't.
Yep. We
Sorry.
worked some stuff. Apologies.
Wait, does that mean all of the dots I put into those stats are 1 higher?
No, there should be.
Not necessarily.
No.
No,
No.
We'll go over
no,
character
no.
sheet because we have to update your character sheet anyway after tonight.
Yeah. 'Cause
Um,
apparently I'm older.
you are.
If you
Henry.
had a dot, if you have 0 dots in something, you'd be dead.
Okay.
No, but just roll me three dice.
Okay. And one's a hunger die, yes?
Yeah, one is a hunger die.
I'm trying to roll above a 5.
Yes. For these
I have
numbers.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah.
You hear
Second explosion.
after the explosion, and as you ask this question to seemingly God, somebody who wasn't standing next to you a mere moment ago taps you on the shoulder.
Hello?
Matt like
what's
reflexively
this?
goes to draw a knife and stops himself because he remembers he's on a random street corner.
Mm-hmm. And As you turn, you see it's Viz.
Bless you, Viz.
Viz.
Viz is for those who are watching at home, Viz is a Nosferatu whose disposition of being a Nos is one of veins being ever present on his skin. He is kind of middle height, middle build, wears all black, and is kind of on the eccentric side for what most Nosferatu do.
Surprisingly friendly and gives out information.
Very freely?
Yeah, very freely
Turns out,
for a
Has a
Nosferatu.
very nice car.
Yes.
Uh,
Sorry.
Matt looks at him, straight murder in his eyes, and he says, Viz, that's the second time you've sneaked up on me, and the next time I'm going to teach you what I learned about interrogation when I was working for the Americans.
You'd have to first get me, which would have to be a little harder than I think you assume it to be. Either way, I just want to inform you that I don't know.
Let me pause for like 5 seconds here.
The Mighty Lebowski.
So, I just want to let you know. Probably the asylum. Not sure who, not sure why. I just got tipped off that there were going to be people there this evening and not to be there. And as if you're asking God these questions, God may have answers, but I don't think you'll like them.
Viz,
Yeah.
I'm feeling a very complicated range of emotions which any mind younger than mine could not possibly understand. But I just want you to know that if I hear the words chocolate milk tonight, I'm going to kill someone. And that's not a threat to you. I just needed someone to hear it.
You have been heard. You have been listened to. The fact
You're
that you're
valid.
showing emotion at all is very intriguing for me. But
Yes, I'm not happy about it myself, Viz. But as you can see, I have places to be and people to stop from dying. So I'll catch you later.
sounds good.
Actually, hang on, Viz.
Hmm?
I
Walks
just
back.
remembered something.
Yeah. What's
Do you
that?
have that ostentatious car of yours nearby?
That one? He points directly behind him, and there is a black car.
He obfuscated his car until just now.
It's
We step into an Edgar Wright comedy.
I'm going to say something that you're not going to hear me say very often, which seems to be a theme tonight. Can I get a ride?
Yeah, that's kind of why I have that. Do you need to go fast or slow?
Fast.
Okay. He
For those just joining us, Matt really hates cars.
He tolerates motorcycles.
mhm.
You can smell on a motorcycle.
Motorcycles are kind
Do
of
you
like
want me to-
horses, but without legs and wheels. Actually, they're not like horses.
They're more
at
like
all.
donkeys.
you want
Really
me to-
fast donkeys.
roll the windows down so you can lean your head out the window and take in the breeze.
I appreciate the thought, Viz, but all I can smell right now is blood and ozone. It's like being back in the Crusades.
Honestly, not the worst smells then. He gets in, starts over the engine, flips a switch, and the dead quiet engine roars to life. And he tears off into the evening. Does not seem to
That's-
care whether or not you buckled in or anything else.
Imagine if Viz stalled his car.
And that's the only reason why Matt didn't catch up with us last night.
But by the time you arrive, you see a litany of individuals. A few firefighters seem to put out a fire. A person in a well-tailored business suit, walking and carrying what looks to be Theodore, who is currently staked. Out.
Theodore, that's the name I couldn't think of.
Yes, the venture of your coterie, or formerly your coterie. You're not sure. Evening is becoming more and more interesting. In addition to the venture, a lot of individuals you see out the back of this place are hauling what look to be body bags.
Is that hammering noise your engine's making normal?
I don't think that's my engine.
Yeah, I just got it. Is tracking just a skill?
You kind of. What are you looking
Would it be under like survival?
It would be under
Yeah.
survival, I would think.
Oh, I'm good at that.
You good at that?
Yes, you are. Remember, you had double bingo on that gangrel sheet.
I would say. Roll me wits and survival
Wits and survival.
for this tracking roll. What are you looking for?
I want to figure out if any of my coterie made it out.
Okay, go ahead and roll me wits and survival.
That is, that's gonna be Nate using a point of willpower.
All right. Use a point of willpower. Push the roll. You can roll up to 3 dice that are
Exactly how many of my dice failed?
not hunger dice.
Yeah, that's gonna push it to 4 successes.
4 successes. Awesome.
Mhm.
You are able to, as you kind of look around, I would say you're going to take a quick once over of the place. If you don't stop the man in the business suit, he's going to take Theodore, put him in a car, and drive off.
Is the man in the business suit Kindred?
Very obviously. Well dressed, sharp looking. You get the sense that he's probably, I don't think you've met him in person, but you get the feeling that he is probably the primogen of that Theodore speaks of. He has that vibe about him that it's like Theodore, but more established.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Reeks less of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Matt's gonna. Matt's just there. Matt's on high alert.
Mhm.
Everything's running 1,000 miles a second. He's behind him. And he goes, "Excuse me,
Yes.
you're Theodore's primogen, I assume."
Primogen and sire. How can I help you, Matt?
Yeah, have I met this guy? I've been around a while.
I want to say, for the sake of this, you have not met him in person that you are aware of.
Probably heard his name.
I would say you have heard his name, though.
Know he exists. I mean, he has to.
I have to remember that name.
Good, then I feel less bad for not knowing it.
I don't know that I gave him a name to the rest of you during that conversation. So, let's give him a name.
Wasn't something pretentious like Maximilian or
Mm.
like Remington?
Can it be something like that though?
Bartholomew.
Oh, that's right. I did name him. It was Bartholomew.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That
That was the name.
Oh, wow.
That's right. I did name
What?
My memory's not good.
Why? Yeah, how you doing, River?
Is it?
Random's character sheet is corrupted. I lost all my notes.
That's okay.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Now everything I got from those blood rituals is gone.
Yeah, you know his name is Bartholomew. I don't think you ever had a conversation with him in person, but I'm sure you've seen him around the court, if nothing else.
What? Was this the Inquisition?
That's what we're guessing. No IDs, no nothing on the bodies. But let's see what we can dig up.
Was he the only one?
Only one I
Looking.
found. Anyone else that was in there was either Kine or Ash.
Yeah, Matt's fist is clenching something fierce at that. Is there anything you can tell me to find them?
My guess is they probably fled to the winds, found hideouts, courtesy of our sheriff, to lay low.
Thank you.
You can look around yourself if you want to, but I think if they were here, they're now Ash. And if they weren't here, then all the better.
There's nothing else for me to learn here yet, not until I know who's alive. I am sorry about Theodore.
One more time? I missed that, unfortunately.
I am sorry about Theodore. I don't know what your attachment to it was, but if it was anything like his for you, my condolences.
He's been the least troublesome child. So,
I know the feeling. You walk well, Bartholomew. And Matt's gonna leave. River, does Matt know where you live? You know where Matt lives.
Yes. Before this, Matt was the only member of the coterie who knew where River lived.
I think Matt's first instinct would be to check there, at least for any sign of what River might have been doing that night.
okay.
And then to go to Elysium and see if he can find anything out there.
Okay.
Also, I think at this point you may have gotten a missed call from River.
I think
Mikhail also
And from the
texted.
bank.
Yeah.
What? What about the bank? Okay.
Or wait, is it it's a farm? That's
The
what-
farm.
Farm, yeah. No,
It is a
Mikhail
blood
used-
bank.
Mikhail used his phone to text Matt at some point.
yes.
So have those come in?
I would say they come in as you are currently walking up to River's place.
We're alive, it's okay.
Yeah, you missed the call. Maybe just walking over, you missed it. And the text from Mikhail is that both him and Randuin are alive and okay. Well, undead. Okay.
Matt mutters some Spanish expletives and
Love a man of culture.
pulls out the phone and calls River.
Okay. River, at this point, you are in the middle
Of a premonition.
of your premonition, and the call that you send, Matt, goes to voicemail.
This is River Marlowe. If you need to get a hold of me, please try to text me next time. If this is urgent, please leave a message, and I'll get to you as soon as possible.
Hey, Ace, how you doing?
Just don't be dead. Just please. I can take the asylum being gone. I can even take Theo being dead. Just Please don't be dead. Also, I'm outside your house. And he hangs up and he calls Mikhail back.
Okay. I'm assuming that by that point we're with the sheriff, or this is because when did River have the premonition? Was it
Premonition
it
is
was
why
before...
you guys were having the conversation with Khalees.
We were having a tour
Yes, and
Yes.
tour.
because we had the
premonition is
conversation in the
happening.
tour.
Matt, you know when you left the scene of crime, when you left the asylum, you
Mhm.
did see a set of tire marks that did seem to match River's motorcycle. However, upon arriving to River's house, there is no motorcycle in the driveway.
Okay. That would be filed away for a step after the asylum or after Elysium, depending on how that goes. But for right now, he would call.
Okay.
We can say this happens during the middle while I believe, or actually, we can say it happens during the drive to Elysium.
Okay.
That's
Time is funky. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's funky.
That's very funky. He'll kind of pause when his phone buzzes, kind of carefully takes it out, and then he'll look towards Randuin and he'll say, "Oh, Matt called me back."
Oh.
And then he'll just click accept, and he'll say, "I presume you're safe."
Where are you?
Currently, driving with the sheriff to Elysium.
Is Randuin there?
Yes, Randuin's here, and we have someone new, which will...
Is Matt okay?
Yes, and River's fine. River managed to get out. Do you want to talk to River?
Yeah. But are you all right? Are you okay? You're like soft and new and young, can take damage easier than the rest of them. Are you all right?
He kind of pauses briefly, and he'll say, Randuin and I, we never made it to the asylum. River went ahead, and I thought perhaps maybe it was time to just get my car. So we went to go collect that, and then, well, we felt the vibrations. We got a phone call from River, and I simply took us to the only place that I felt was safe, which was the place that Viz brought me.
Gosh, I think I'm getting a fucking stress migraine. Can vampires get stress migraine? Yeah, I'm... Mikhail.
He mouths, I don't know, but he doesn't say it out loud.
Mikhail, I'm glad you're okay. Now, would you please put River on the phone?
Yeah, sure. And then he'll offer his phone to River.
River takes it. Where are you, and why did I see you going to a subway?
I'm at your house, and I never got past the smell of bread. I don't know. I'm
Not
feeling...
that kind of subway.
Oh, because Constantine went east.
What I know of Constantine?
I would assume
As
Matt's,
Matt told me. Of
Matt's has Matt mentioned Constantine?
I've been told I talk about him a lot, so I'm going to say yes, probably.
At least
all
mentioned
the-
him as someone who another kindred that was with the crusade with him in the Crusades.
With one of
all
those
the-
crusades, yes.
All the stories of all of the Crusades that I have that are worth telling start with the words Constantine and I. That's pretty much the friendship I've had painted for me of this person.
Mm-hmm.
Constantine went east. I had to go see him off.
Are you okay?
Look, we can feel bad for me later. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm feeling emotions. That never feels great for me. I'm 800 years old and I feel human, and that's just gross. But right now, I'm more worried about the fucking children I had in a burning building. Are you all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm okay. Matt, this is the first time you've ever heard River shaken. Theo texted all of us to talk about Lorem, and when I got there, he wanted to make an offer to me to dispose of Lorem, and
I'm sorry, what? You hear it because this is going to be the first time Mikhail hears about that.
Time is funky. Gentle viewers, we did the scene of driving to the Elysium and having court before Matt, without Matt, and now we're rewriting history.
I mean, yeah.
Like Kingdom
Oh.
Hearts.
Like Kingdom Hearts.
Can it not be like Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I was like, can we actually not do that though?
Not do that. No one will ever understand our story.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh, the first season will be fine. It's just anything after the second season is just going to be really complicated.
There'll be the session where we play all of our characters in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for some reason.
That episode where we all build our characters in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, so whenever that comes out.
We have to play the card game first.
Oh no.
Wasn't Bloodlines 2 supposed to come out in June?
Yeah, but is it?
It was
No.
supposed to come out last year
We
in
don't talk about
December.
Bloodlines 2.
Like, fucking.
Bloodlines 2 is in development.
We're going too far. We're going too far. We're going too far.
We're getting too far off script here.
Theodore's dead. He got staked.
State does
Saw
not
boys
mean
all-
dead in the world
Oh.
of Vampire. Yeah. So to clarify for both Matt and those of us at home who are new to the world of VTM, being staked by a wooden stake does not immediately
It does a final death.
Yes, doesn't give you the final death. It does, however, paralyze most vampires, with the exception of the Thin Bloods. Something that you would know, Matt, is that it would paralyze him, put him in torpor, which is kind of undeath coma, but it wouldn't kill him outright.
It's not fun. Let's just say it.
Yeah, not fun either way. Not quite final death bad though.
Okay. Shane, you're muted.
Are you at all conscious of your surroundings when you're in torpor?
No.
Like if we were like talking around them, because you said it was like a coma. And I was
you
curious.
can hear. You are conscious. The only thing you can do is like maybe twitch a finger, but you can hear what's going on around you when you're staked. It's
Yeah,
different when
so
you go into torpor
you're
with
mid-
hunger. Yeah.
Depends.
Okay. Knowing that, Matt wouldn't interrupt. He'd let River.
When I tried to get more information, I tried to read him, but I heard this kind of clanging underneath the floor. I don't know how people got down there, but an explosion happened. Theo got caught up in it. He looked at me like as if I had betrayed him. But these masked figures, no identification, they staked him, and then they started to fire on me.
Are you okay?
Can we not get into that right now?
Yeah. You're with the sheriff?
Yes.
I know Ren. So where's Gwen?
I don't know.
Who's-
I had Mikhail and Randuin were at my place the previous night, and I didn't know where you were. I didn't know where Gwen was. I didn't know Theo was going to be staked, and I...
River? Breathe. You take a minute. Let me talk to Randy.
Okay. Don't crush Mikhail's phone. You're muted.
again.
You're muted again, Shane.
Damn it.
Please
I'm
don't.
gonna grab it by like one side on each half of it. So is this a flip phone or is this like a smartphone?
No, it's like a smartphone. I think like Mikhail just kind of knowing what happened to the last phone and in Randuin's presence kind of goes, you know, is it okay if I just take it and just hold it to your ear?
Sure.
Okay, he'll do that.
Hello?
Randy, are you having someone else hold the phone?
Fucking shit, man.
Are you all right?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, I wasn't near anything. I'm not like harmed. Things are tense, but other than that,
You sound
just like
I wasn't near anything. Looks actively at River.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I wasn't like physically harmed or anything. I'm just shaken up, you know. We met a new friend over at the farm, something like that.
you went to the farm?
Yeah.
This new friend. Why do I have a bad feeling that their name is Khalees?
Do I know Khalees's name yet?
Yeah, Khalees has introduced himself.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Remember, we had a whole ass. We already had a tour around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if we were like formally introduced or if it was just like I'm dealing with you people, because I just wanted to make sure.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Yeah. How'd you know?
I'm just good like that, Randy.
Are
So-
you familiar? Hey, Khalees, do you know Matt?
No, I don't think I know on that.
How do you know Khalees then?
Randy put Khalees on the phone.
Do you know what's happening? Where you're going, what you're doing next? You sound like the most stable person in that car right now, Randy, and that's really bothering me, but I can't address that right now. And I need you to give me an update on what's going on.
Okay, so we woke up. I found I didn't find it. I was shown a note, which was from River, saying that we were supposed to go to the asylum to meet up with everybody and talk about something important.
Yes,
So
and you
we
went to
started
get
heading
Mikhail's
that way.
car.
And we passed it in order to get Mikhail's car because they're like, oh, they can wait like 5 minutes. We're gonna need the car later. And it was and then we got in the car, and then the ground started shaking, and then we saw the asylum up in flames, and then we were told to run, so we did. I mean, we went to the really far away, like out of town, farther than I've been from Annabelle in a while. And we went to the farm, and then we got a tour of the farm. We met Khalees. And then we all met up with the sheriff, and River was there, and now we're heading to Elysium or something.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, that's me.
That is you. I need you to roll me a wits and awareness, please.
Wits and awareness. Oh no.
You got.
You gotta use your brain for a second.
Wits 2, awareness 1. Okay. That's 3 successes.
You hear a set of footsteps a little ways off. Your hearing's pretty good. They don't sound like shoes. They sound like combat boots or boots. You turn, you see 2 individuals, barely noticeable out in the black night, walking your direction.
Randy, I believe I'm about to get to do the one thing I think about 24 hours a day. If
Fighting?
you don't, I'm
What? I feel like Randy's like, what?
I'm so proud of you. If you don't hear from me, the last place I could be seen was outside River's apartment. If not, I'll try and meet you in Elysium. Take
Wait,
good care,
should-
Randy.
Wait, what?
And the phone hangs up.
Doesn't even say goodbye, just like in the movies.
I said goodbye. I said take
Oh.
good care.
What happened?
Okay, so I was just giving Matt a little bit of a rundown, and then he said that he is about to do his favorite thing, which everybody knows is fighting. And then he said that if we don't see him again, that he was outside River's place.
No,
I think Mikhail kind of looks towards River, kind of concerned.
Like, should we?
No, I don't think we're gonna have time.
Matt can handle himself. We need to go to Elysium.
But I guess I'd be worried about your home being compromised.
Why do I feel like Matt wouldn't have told me that if we don't see him again where he last was, unless this was like a big thing? Like, I don't know. I'm a little worried.
We need to focus on what's at hand.
Matt, the two individuals are walking in your direction. They're trying to seem discreet.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop right there. I am a stressed out veteran. I have a lot of stuff going on up here and none of it's good. And you're walking towards me in combat boots on a street corner in the dead of night. So either you're gonna tell me what you want right now, if you wanna get crazy, we'll get fucking crazy.
Nate, I missed you so much!
He's so intense! Really intense.
Composure intimidation?
That's what I was thinking. They'd probably be the best. Hey, buddy.
Holy Zen, that's so funny.
I am a stressed out veteran.
Nice. Hi, buddy.
I mean, yeah.
I thought he was about to say I'm a stressed out vampire, and I was really worried.
I'm gonna use another point of willpower.
I'm taking my cable with
Uh-oh.
me. Okay. Nice.
Oh, serious time.
That's 3 successes.
Awesome.
Is Ace being a good boy?
Ace is being the best boy. Almost took my cable for my headphones with him, but hey, that's fine. He didn't mean to.
Ooh.
While we're having this short pet break, Jesse, I saw your cat earlier and they're amazing.
Yeah, he was taking a nap for a couple of minutes on
He's
my
a
lap,
good
and now
boy.
he left.
They stop. And they go. Yeah? Then we must have had the wrong person.
I think you did. As the kid, Matt isn't actually saying this. As the kids are wont to say, you don't want this smoke.
Jesus.
No, I don't think I say that. I say that's wrong. Actually.
They kind of turn and stop and look and go, do you live around here?
No, I do not.
Then why are you here this time of night?
I had to make a phone call, and I was out on a walk. Who the fuck wants to know?
Sorry, we're just with, local police. Just checking up on the area.
No problems here, officer. Just a man taking a walk on the phone.
This is eerily prescient.
And they turn back the way they came.
Matt waits to make sure they don't turn around for a good 5 minutes, and then
They-
heads for a listen.
Stop on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They don't move past it.
He would keep walking a little ways, but extra quietly so he can keep his ears on.
Make me a stealth roll, please.
Stealth.
I believe we'll say resolve. And stealth will be that pool of dice. Show
Extra
hard.
dice.
He just laid down. I'm not gonna show him just yet.
I don't think I've ever rolled this many dice before.
You gotta
The
catch
power.
up. This is what's happening.
Resolve is my highest stat.
You are resolute.
I absolutely tanked that roll, and I have 1 success.
Maybe
What is-
less wisdom.
Okay. Do you have any failures on your hunger dice?
No. Or wait, do I have any failures or criticals?
Just critical, sorry, not failures.
Yes, no criticals on that.
Okay, cool. Then you are quiet enough. They don't say anything. They don't seem to look back. They just stop on that street corner and wait. As
Matt's
you-
gonna start walking towards Elysium,
Okay.
but on high alert.
Mhm. And you are able to make your way over to Elysium. By the time you approach,
File's over.
you are able to see Mikhail, Randuin, River, and another individual who you can reasonably assume that if they are still with the people that they were in the car ride, to be Khalees, as they are exiting Elysium onto the street level.
Probably looking a little shell-shocked in various states because we just had court.
Mm-hmm.
You see River a bit disheveled. Their clothes are a little burnt and damaged.
Singed in multiple places. River's clothes have seen both the flame and soot come upon them.
And as soon as River sees Matt, they're just gonna run up and hug him.
Yeah, Matt. I think River's probably being lifted off the ground in a massive bear hug.
I'm gonna walk up to follow, but I'm not gonna be
So
like.
sorry
stealthy or
about you.
anything.
That's my job. And he sets them down and checks them over. What happened?
I'm gonna wave with the bloody cut hand. From when I did the blood ritual.
We need to get off the street.
I suppose we should just go back to our haven, but
Yes, the new one that we were given.
Haven.
I believe there's a car waiting. Unless you want to ride with me.
River, your motorcycle's already at the New Haven.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Yeah, all our stuff already got moved over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt'll get in the car with everyone.
Okay.
oh, it's a tight fit now.
It's
Please don't tell me I sit in the middle again.
We'll say it's a large SUV, 3 rows of seats.
Ooh,
Oh, thank
an
God.
Escalade.
Escalade. I was thinking a little more fancier than that.
SUV.
Before we get in, actually,
A Kia Sorrento.
is the sheriff there?
You can see the sheriff inside. He's talking with what seems to be somebody at the kind of front desk, concierge.
I'll be right back. And Matt walks over to speak to the sheriff.
The sheriff sees you approach. You're a little late to the party, but I see it.
I had to help a friend on their trip east.
Understood.
I saw Inquisition on the streets outside of River's Park.
We'll put somebody on that. I know we had already planned to, but we'll make that more of a priority.
They moved off pretty quick with not much effort, but
Maybe
I figured you should know since they're getting bolder.
Understood.
Did may I ask where my other 2 coterie members are?
They are still inside, probably being awoken from torpor shortly. They have been moved per problematic differences, conflict of interests, I believe is the word that our prince used.
Understood, sir.
But no one has met their final death this evening.
Praise be. You have a good night, sir.
You as well, man.
And Matt goes and gets in the answer gate.
The high-end SUV has all sorts of amenities. There's a couple blood bags and a little mini fridge in the kind of center console, sets of seats. There are ample room for everybody. It's looks to be like almost like a custom job, or an actual ride. That you can
Is
buy.
there enough blood there to slake a hunger?
There is. That is the purpose.
It
Then
tastes
I
good.
sh-
Not better.
Then I shall do so.
Your tummy can take it.
Well, if I it is in a, it is in a blood bag.
Mm-hmm. That's why I asked.
It's not gonna taste good, and it's not gonna do anything for
Do you have the iron gullet or whatever it's
I
called?
do not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to go out for my food.
For your meal.
But
It's okay, despite one of us.
That a Toreador thing, or just in general? Blood bag.
In general. In general, you cannot. It does not necessarily work for you unless you have iron gullet.
because
Or if
blood
you're a certain
bags
clan.
are incredibly processed before they're bagged.
Yes.
And with everything going on, you need to have that iron gullet to
Dude,
stand
that
it.
is like the opposite of how it works in Bloodlines. Blood
Yeah,
bags
well,
are like the primary source of
Bloodlines is also not off of 5e. There are
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bloodlines is also different.
Yeah.
Matt can feed off of blood bags.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey.
Man.
So he'll just go.
I think like Gangrel and Nosferatu can inherently just.
Yeah. Yeah. Gang
Baggers
Grow-
can as well.
Baggers
Yeah, bagger,
can if
with
you
the
have the
bagger,
predator
yeah.
type bagger.
As we all drive, River just kind of like leans on Matt. Do you know about Theo and Glenn?
I got the Cliff's notes.
Need
The,
Cliff Notes.
Matt kind of notices Khalees for the first time, and sizes them up and mutters like, "I suppose I do."
I was gonna say you can't size him up too much. He's only 5'4", so.
So tiny.
Dude, I'm shorter than Khalees.
Are you?
Okay.
God.
By I mean like Randuin.
All right, just for the audience, how tall is everyone? River's 5'7".
5'1".
I know I wrote it down somewhere.
I'm a giant. I'm 6'7"
Yeah.
and weigh probably like a cool 165 pounds. I'm
I think-
sticks.
I think Matt's like 5'9". I remember saying like he wasn't super tall.
Hmm.
He was just
Wow.
like he just had presence.
You're
He's
probably
just-
tall for back then.
He's got a big voice.
That's very tall for back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Khalees?
That's I am.
Do you? Matthew Ron.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm part of your coterie now.
Heard. Since I'm in charge of keeping you alive, I promise I'll be a more active participant in that
Yes.
future.
I'm just here to make up for the loss.
Randy, what did you do to your hand?
I did blood magic.
We did a ritual.
They were very successful at it.
Yeah, we needed to do some interrogation, and they weren't exactly conscious, so I had to ask their blood some questions.
Quite normal stuff.
But more importantly, where the hell have you been?
Portland. It's
Why does
lovely
that
this
co-
time of year.
Why does Portland keep coming up in conversation?
Because it's nearby.
That's fair.
Yes. Well, I think River was going to tell you what happened during court.
It was revealed that Theo had been running his mouth trying to find Lorem and brought attention to our heads.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily understand Gwen or Marquis's hand in it because Caleb can't remember.
Yeah, I actually can't remember why Gwen was staked too.
Gwen. Okay, so I think it's Thea was talking to
Literally everyone trying to find
Lorem. Lorem, who was feeding off of Inquisition members.
Yeah.
Marquis might have been in the know.
I thought Marquis got caught by somebody when they were like trying to steal something or something like that. They were in a library, remember?
Oh.
And then Gwen is a loose cannon.
Gwen is a loose cannon vampire who doesn't play by the rules.
Can
I interest you in chocolate milk?
Body.
Wait, I need you to take a card real quick.
Huh? I can draw a card for you.
No.
I can also draw a card for you. It depends on what deck you want me to use.
Oh, my decks are too far away.
So
Those deer better not have been white.
Yeah, please. He's still thinking about that.
There were many, well, maybe not many, but there were a few breaches because of them. And we had to decide whether they suffered their final death or not.
With some ace blood sorcery, it seems that Randuin and Mikhail worked together to find out that there was some outside influence, so punishment didn't need to be so severe.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mikhail's...
River kind of looks at Matt like ready to say something, but stops and just, you and I need to have a conversation later.
I would judge that I probably need to have a conversation with everyone, but yes, you're right. Where are we going?
To your New Haven.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Our New Haven, Khalees.
Our New Haven, you're here now. You're my problem. We speak in hours. Where is our New Haven? Last time
Don't know. We're being driven to it right now.
Oh, I assumed they gave us a briefing.
No, not at all.
We were
It's
just
going to be a surprise.
told that our vehicles were
I'm excited.
taken out.
Gift from the prince. Oh, and we also have a different mission now. Whatever your mission was before is different.
We work in counterintelligence now.
We're spies.
Yes.
Hopefully we have a lab in our New Haven.
Well, I have a lab at my haven, so if you ever need to use it.
Mikhail kind of like looks up a little bit at that.
That's very generous.
I
The
have
two
no-
nerds perk up.
I have no problem with fellow blood sorcerers using my facilities.
You do magic too.
Of course I do.
Looks like we're the only ones.
Cool.
You're not going to make me interact with any object that bears the markings Fisher Price, are you?
That seems like an oddly specific situation.
Please
Humor
answer
me.
the question.
No.
I like you already.
Already better.
I'm so confused.
It's about Gwen. It was
Oh.
about Gwen.
You get
I
flashbacks.
did
around
win Hungry Hippos.
of some very intense games of Hungry Hippos, and 4 different sets that were broken over the course of that game.
Matt, the prince, gave us permission with approval of the coterie if it happens. If Gwen breaches the masquerade once more, and it is approved, we bring her to the final death.
I think Mikhail kind of like looks over at Rando and at that being brought up again.
And I look over at Mikhail and I'm just like,
I think he kind of does like a small, like silent, like I know, and then he kind of pats him on the shoulder to calm down.
But
Why does nothing good ever happen when I'm gone? Why is it never, oh, Matt, welcome back. We got a new kiddie ride while you were there, so now we'll have quarters to go play in the 24-hour claw game. I don't know. Why does nothing...
Well, you know,
Do you have a phone? There's actually, it's called a gotcha game, and there's applications for them.
Please don't do this, Mikhail.
I don't even know what language we're speaking anymore.
well,
He's just like, what? My son likes it.
considering that it's based on the coteries decision, I'm sure you guys, all of us, will be able to make proper judgment if it comes to that.
If it comes to it.
Matt points at Randuin after he got confused and flustered and goes, see, that makes sense. And nothing else. I know. I heard that the Inquisition was in town.
Can someone please tell me more about what this Inquisition is?
It's
I'm very
humans hunting
confused also.
kindred.
It's hunters.
Yes, I understand that. But I also heard talk about the church.
And what
Yeah,
are their
they're part of
motives?
Have you ever heard of the concept of fear of the other, Randuin?
Well, yes, I'm intimately familiar with it in my past.
That's a big part of it.
Many of my close friends fell to fear of others.
Yes, well, many of our kindred fall to the fear of others as well.
I'm seeing a lot of parallels.
There is a church influence to the Inquisition, but it's not exclusively Catholic. You don't have to be religious to want to kill monsters.
And what greater glory is there to kill monsters and protect the weak?
Back when that was my goal, it looked a lot different.
I don't know. I don't feel like a monster. Or at least any more like a monster than I was back.
No. Not all of us are monsters. Only some.
How does one determine that?
By laws given by the higher powers.
Which is the elders and the Camarilla.
At least for here in Ambervale.
Other
Mikhail?
places have other rules.
He like looks up.
Stop thinking that. It's so loud and so not true. You're not a monster, and you can't deal with that right now. Let's find out where we're all going to be sleeping today, and then we can worry about our internal struggles.
You guys,
Sleep first, existentialism later.
as this is spoken, you look as you guys pull up in the, I believe it's, let me go find the district name because it's been a while since we've been here. I don't think we've actually been here on show. So, give me a second. I know I clicked on this. I know it exists somewhere in my files.
Oh, wait. Oh, things from the blood ritual are in Fence DMs. Yes. I found that.
Yes.
Excuse me.
How much XP did we get last session? I don't have it updated.
3, I believe.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No.
Where is it? Where'd I put it? Sorry, y'all. Just trying to remember.
Technology is fighting against us once again.
It's not a stream unless we have some technical difficulties.
It's true.
Right.
Technical difficulties must come from somewhere in any and all streams.
It passes from one to another.
It's because we're here.
Nate,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm glad you got to make it.
I'm really glad I'm here. Yeah, I missed this.
Matt's a mood.
That is such a whole ass mood, and we missed you.
Where-
Matt had to come in and feel things.
Oh, this is in the Docks District.
Oh.
For those of you watching the stream, the Docks District, as Ambervale is built on kind of a inlet. There's another word for it, but a spot where the ocean, the sea juts into the island, and that is where this city was founded and built around. And right on that waterfront, before the only kind of place where there is a spot to get onto the sea without jumping off a cliff, is called Docks District. There are a couple beaches alongside of it, not far from downtown. Very popular, very good tourist attraction for the city of Ambervale. The Docks District, obviously not far from it, is where a lot of the business and commerce come and go. It is in this area that there are a lot of warehouses and other things, and as such, there is a warehouse that the high-end SUV that you all have been riding in pulls to a stop in front of. It is generically unmarked. There are security cameras on the outside, and the driver goes, "You've arrived."
Thank you. I think River is the first to get out.
Yeah, second.
Thank you. Mikhail will kind of finally, now that he has room, he can stretch a leg out and get out of the car.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see the new plays. Welcome to my MTV Cribs.
Yeah, was
I
gonna
know
say-
it looks like a warehouse, but it is really dope inside. So let's go on it. I had an entire conversation about how white people want black people to speak in media in the early 2000s. Woof. Anyway.
It's a big if. Oof, yeah. MTV was weird back then, wasn't it?
MTV was degrading back
weird
then.
now.
Yeah, I think it's always been kind of weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Never stopped.
weird back in like the 80s when it was just music. 'Cause at the
90s
time-
it wasn't too bad.
Do I see my bike?
Yes, you do see your bike. It is parked in one of the many parking spaces.
That.
Good, my car is there.
Yes, your car is there. Khalees, your ride is here as well.
I Uber. I don't know. I don't think I drive. I don't think Khalees would want to drive.
Does Khalees perhaps have a driver?
Probably with the resources that he has.
Then
Probably
your
has.
driver is also here,
Yeah.
as well as your driver's vehicle.
What's your driver's name?
I'm going to go with Duke.
Dude,
Ooh.
has he
Okay.
followed you out west here?
Yes.
Okay. Probably arranging for a lot of your day transport. I assume he is not. I assume he is a ghoul. So,
I'm sure I have a ghoul or two. Like,
yes.
with it.
I think given your resources, you certainly do.
I think River is staying near Matt as they walk in.
You
And
guys
he's going to be very confused because he doesn't know what a
as
ghoul
you all
is
begin
yet.
to walk in, the Duke
Neither
comes
do
up to the group of you. Good evening, everyone. These are all for you, given to me by the people who set up this establishment earlier this evening. I think while y'all were having your court, or at least whatever. He hands you all each a key card. It is this elaborate, thick plastic. Should let you all in. And obviously, he then hands you all a physical key. Back up, or if you just don't want to use the system.
Thank
Put the
you,
key
Duke.
in my pocket and just like look at the key card. Very confused.
And he-
That's what Mikhail's doing.
And then he takes the one he then is going to give to you, Khalees, taps it on a black box next to the door. There's a soft beep and a mechanical latch of something unlocking. And then he pulls the door open.
Thank you so much, Duke. I'm going to have to look inside, see what sort of space is here. We might have to move some things from my other haven here.
Very well. Let me know what arrangements I need to make.
Thank you so much.
Of course. You are-
Well, let us go in.
Yeah.
Does everyone mind if I go first?
Feel
Oh.
free.
Not particularly.
If you need that to be comfortable, go for it.
I'm
Thank
right
you.
behind
Give me a second. Matt's gonna check for booby traps.
Okay. Let me see what kind of roll I want you to make. I'm gonna assume.
I want to specify he doesn't actually think there will be any there, but it's
Better safe
instinct.
than sorry.
Habit. Hypervigilance.
Being a good guard dog.
Resolve.
Hypervigilance is a symptom of PTSD.
Hmm. Resolve and awareness, please.
Oh, can I?
Oh,
use
resolve and
sense
awareness.
unseen?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, Matt is looking for booby traps and stuff. Can I use sense the unseen to see if we're being watched?
Certainly.
anywhere?
No rouse check needed. You eyes take on a otherworldly sight.
That's 2 successes.
Awesome. As you go to see what is unseen, you see nothing out of the ordinary, and as you check for booby traps, there are none to be found, Matt. The place seems to be guarded, but not in a trapped way.
It's clear.
I don't sense anything either. I think we're good.
I don't think that the prince would show their hand that quickly if they did.
Well, I mean, most gifts come with strings attached.
Oh yes, and offstrings are counterintelligence.
Just go inside.
What's it look like inside? What's the aesthetique?
As you step inside this door that leads into another door, that is just simply like a door to open. It's just like another door that no latch is needed or anything. It opens freely. You enter this kind of small reception area. There's a desk with nobody manning it, and you see another a window that looks, for anybody who's been into a police station in the last 30 years, obviously like a one-way mirror. And as you're kind of looking around, the doors behind the receptionist's desk are a set of double doors that open up into what looks to be a warehouse floor. There's not a whole lot there. There is mostly empty. You have pillars holding the roof up, all sorts of things of that nature. However, as you open it up, there are steps up to what look to be a second floor, and as you guys ascend those steps, there are several rooms. Each look to be very safe. You realize each one has multiple locks on it, and each one also is windowless. So,
When you say rooms, you mean like bedrooms or
Yeah.
like rooms? Okay.
bedrooms,
They're not like facilities or
Spaces.
something.
no, they are spaces for kindred to sleep undisturbed.
Unfurnished.
We just sleep on the concrete. It's fine.
It's sparsely furnished. It's obviously furnished with kindred in mind because there is not much outside of a decent bed and a desk.
I'm gonna walk through the room that has the
Be too
one-way
comfortable when you
mirror.
die at night.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk through the room with the one-way mirror,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna see that on one side you can see through it, and on the other side the other, and I'm gonna like look
As
back
you
and forth.
Look back and forth. You also see a wide array of security cameras.
What is this wizardry?
You rip it out of the wall.
Randuin's first experience with the one-way mirror.
Yeah.
Watches.
That's certainly something.
Yes, well, you can only expect the best from the Camarilla.
I'm sure there's a multitude of ways that this could come in handy, but I can't quite think of it just yet.
Give it time. Your Tremere brain is going to start working its magic eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually. I don't know how to feel about that.
Going towards the stairs to that second floor.
Okay. I'm gonna just take a look around to all the things because 90% of what you described the room being filled with, I would have no idea what it is, and so I'm gonna see what I can understand and what I can't.
Go ahead.
What would you like me
Intelligence and technology, please.
to roll?
Um,
Intelligence is not too bad. But
also-
technology... Yes.
No, I have that wrong. Sorry. To correct my explanation of the details of this, the second floor does have rooms. They are not the bedrooms. The bedrooms are in the basement.
Yeah,
Underneath.
they,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I apologize. I have those backwards in my brain, and I explained them wrong.
you know, you always assume that it's like up there, but like,
Either way, I think River's just gonna check out the rooms.
They are sparsely furnished. The basement hallway is everything's decently lit. Nothing spectacular, but also not dim. That goes true for the rest of the warehouse as well. So
2 successes. One of them's a 10, but it's not a pair, so it doesn't
okay,
matter.
so 2 successes.
And the 10 wasn't on the hunger die.
Gotcha. So not a messy critical, even if you had one. You are able to kind of discern that these probably are video cameras. How they function, though, is lost to you.
Okay.
You,
Is there like a terminal where you can see what's on there?
There's a
or is it
bunch.
just
There's a
the
bunch
cameras?
a bunch of terminals, a bunch of cameras. You can all see. They all see various vantage points from outside the building. You see on one of them there is the few cars that are currently parked in the parking lot. Another one is just the other corner where there's grass. A couple others have a fountain in each corner. So,
Are there cameras inside?
in some areas,
Scrying machines. Interesting.
like the reception area, there's one. There's a couple on the warehouse floor.
Okay.
machines.
I think like Mikhail will kind of stop at the one like in like the foyer area, and he'll just kind of look over towards Matt and say, "Is this normal in Havens to be watched?"
Matt kind of snaps out of a almost trance he's been in. I'm sorry. What?
Is it normal for us to be under surveillance?
Oh. Yeah.
Strings attached.
And
I
but there is
Really don't like the way he said it, but he's right.
there are none in the basement, save for one on the staircase itself.
Maybe we could find perhaps the security system's connected here, or is it connected somewhere else?
As he's kind of like walking around the house.
Oh, I will ask. Do I notice if the cameras themselves are connected to the monitors that are everywhere, or if it's like something where it's being accessed remotely?
In what way?
Are there wires connected to it?
You see the wires going from the monitors to what look to be a system, and you see a bunch of wires all connecting into that. How they're connecting and how they're getting there is lost to you.
I just realized Randman probably doesn't even know what a wire does, so why am I asking these questions?
That's exactly why I gave you that answer.
What are these rubber ropes?
You understand that that's probably how this however they achieve.
Yeah,
this
that's
system.
exactly what it is.
Yep. But outside of that, it's lost to you. Whether or not it's going off somewhere else or...
I remember when we used to have to sacrifice people to get scry places. Now you can just do your machines.
You're telling me, kid.
Are there any? I know this place is sparsely furnished, but are there any rooms that are specifically a training room?
Not specifically. There's definitely plenty of warehouse space that could be converted into it, and you see some what look to be objects in one corner that look to be maybe somebody leaving stuff to be set up into an armory of sorts. But there's no room specific for training yet. None of the rooms on the second floor have a theme or purpose yet.
River, if this was normal circumstances, they would have already been planning. But they're just kind of wandering a little aimlessly.
You guys have about an hour till the sun rises.
Yes,
I'm
we
gonna
have about
look
an
around.
hour to talk.
I'm gonna do a quick look around in the top rooms that I haven't looked at yet, since I spent all my time looking at the main room, the cameras. And just kind of like do like a little walkthrough.
Okay. You're able to see all that I've described: the first floor with the warehouse floor space, the second floor's kind of rooms that are mostly unfurnished, your sparsely furnished basement that has all of your sleeping quarters, it seems. So,
Cool.
or rooms to sleep if you choose to sleep there.
Then I'm gonna go back and join the group. Just be like, hi.
I think Mikhail will kind of just force himself to take a breath.
There is a break
And-
room with some tables and chairs, and a refrigerator, and
Fun.
a couple other basic things.
Just imagine like a Chuck E. Cheese party room. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a little less wild than that.
Getting office building vibes.
Yeah,
It's a break room, y'all.
it's a break
Yeah.
room.
With a sign that says, please don't microwave fish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Goodness.
Please don't feed on mermaids.
don't feed on mermaids. Yeah, but
Fish are friends, not food.
Mikhail's gonna force a breath, and then he'll say, well, it seems that we all had a terrible night, and perhaps we'll feel more recharged the next night when we've had time to compose ourselves.
Yes, I think you're right, Mikhail. I don't know, I didn't feel like letting them know.
So,
Wait a minute. Question. You. Matt. What? Why?
Yes, Randy.
What happened before on the phone?
Oh,
When you were just like, "Hey, if I never see you again, I've been here," and
What did you see at my apartment?
the Inquisition tried to kill me.
I assume they didn't succeed.
They didn't even get close. I scared them off. I pretended I wasn't a vampire. You know, like we always are supposed to do.
Wait, so you didn't kill them? I'm shocked. Thought fighting was your favorite thing to do.
Yes, I'm disappointed too, but I got cock-blocked by fear with my murderous tendencies. I don't know. I like killing when there's a point to it, but this, I'm not going to kill someone just for funsies or to take out anger. The best option was for me to scare them away and convince them that I wasn't the person they were looking for. So that's what I did. I don't like
Respectable.
I don't like senseless violence.
Just violence. That's good. That's good. I'm actually quite glad.
I told the sheriff that I saw the Inquisition. Warned him that they were in your neighborhood as well. I have a bit of information on that, but that's for once everyone has slept. We don't have a next step right now. We're still waiting.
No.
And at least we have somewhere to wait. We'll wait.
All we can do is see what they want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed as normal.
I'll have to leave in 4 days.
Why?
Personal business. I'll be gone for a night.
You can do that.
Yes.
I've had
Yes.
Just assuming that you don't have anything else that you need to get done that the Camarilla wants you to do.
Yes, as long as you're not directly violating the prince's directives, you can do that. But
Or
that's
the masquerade, of course.
or the masquerade. Yes, but those you're new, Mikhail. So I'm not scolding. I'm informing. Sorry, I have like one toad.
No,
But
it's fine.
Those are pretty much given at all times.
I was going to wait, but it felt right to mention it now.
So, what did you do in Portland, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I just saw a friend. That's really it. I shared a drink, talked about the end of life in its various forms, and I got a book.
You wouldn't happen to have met with or seen a Neo Landrier, have you?
Hi, Nate doesn't know what that is.
Neo Landrier, a name I think probably at most in passing when Constantine is mentioning his wrapping up of his affairs as the primogen of Ventru in Portland. The individual was not somebody you come in contact with personally outside, and the name doesn't really ring much of a bell outside of something that Constantine has referenced.
No? Why? What? Why are you asking?
Sorry, I did a little bit of digging and I found out that Rosamunda was bloodbound to them. So I'm gonna figure out why they're having her do what she's been doing.
Who?
Laura.
Oh. Oh.
That's their real name.
Got it. Cool. Wait, you did research?
Blood doesn't lie.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Randy, you and I are gonna talk later.
Alright.
Well, I suppose if there's... sorry.
No, I was gonna say something to you. It seems like I should let you finish.
I was going to say, if nothing else pressing is going to be happening, I was going to go retire early.
I won't stop anyone from sleeping. But I would enjoy sitting down to talk tomorrow if we went to police.
I have nothing pressing except the phone. That's it.
And I think that's when Matt's gonna go do his walkthrough of the new place.
You do your walk through, Matt. Khalees heads down. I assume you're heading down into the basement. Okay.
I am also going to do that.
All right.
Fen, did you get my message?
Yep. Hold, please.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. He will respond. And I will make a note.
Randuin,
Yeah.
thank you.
For?
Confirming suspicion.
I'm sorry.
Blood
For
doesn't lie.
confirming the suspicion.
Blood doesn't lie.
Well, all things considered, I'm sorry that the only way for you to really find out the truth was through me.
All things considered, I need to learned to weigh my expectations of people.
Hey, having high expectations of good people is good.
No.
It's when you put high expectations on people you shouldn't. That's a problem.
I wouldn't call it a high expectation, but thank you.
Again, I'm sorry. It was a rough situation entirely. I didn't exactly want to share everything, but I felt like I needed to say what was said. So, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Even if it hurts, if it'll cause trouble, don't lie to the prince.
It wasn't the
matter-
prince I was going to lie to. And with that, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Even Randy can be serious.
Cool. So, do we all head to bed for the evening?
Sleepy.
Are there penalties for not sleeping in this game?
You're gonna be made to sleep.
There are ways to resist it.
Yeah, you can resist it. It is hard to do so.
I think just for since it doesn't really matter, Matt does go to bed late.
Okay.
He keeps watch at the entrance to the basement.
Okay. Roll me a wits and awareness. Actually, first, roll me all of your unspent willpower.
Oh,
Stay awake.
unspent will. That's 5.
Yep. So only 5
Roll
dice.
it.
No hunger.
Is there a hunger die in there?
No hunger
No,
dice.
regular
No.
dice.
Okay. 1 success.
One success. That is all you need for the moment. And roll me a wits and awareness.
It's and awareness. Let's make sure I'm doing that. I'm remembering correctly. Where's it? Go. And 1 success.
One success. You hear the click of the front door open from where you're sitting.
Hang on. I think that's a messy critical.
Okay. What'd you
Uh-oh.
get?
Is that a 10 on the hunger die?
Yes.
Is there another 10?
No.
Then it's just one success.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Criticals are only in pairs, and that's when you have one on the messy and one on the hunger, one on the regular.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Cool.
just one success. So, you do hear the click of the front door open from where you are at the bottom of the stairs. And then the second door open afterwards. And you hear a person walk in, kind of shuffle around before taking a seat in one of the rooms on the first floor.
I'm gonna go check who it is.
Okay. You go to investigate, and as you're walking, you hear, "Hello?
Identify yourself.
It's... I don't have a name. Give me a second.
Hold on, I need to find my
Hold
name.
on, I need to... It's...
1, 2, 3.
It's-
Random
it's-
rolls
thank-
of the name
Then
generator.
can I also roll my willpower to stay awake because of what I was doing previously?
Sure. By all means.
Okay, cool.
It's...
Because I also want to hear this nonsense.
You sneaky bitches.
River got exploded.
It's,
River's sleeping.
It's Ivan.
I got 2
I
successes.
was hired to watch over this warehouse during the day. And he kind of comes out from what looks to be the security room.
Oh god. So not kindred?
Not kindred, but ghoul.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to be all, ooh, I'm a human person.
No. No,
Um,
not need to pretend. You are up late, however, and it's past your bedtime.
Alright. Yes. You have a name?
Ivan.
Sorry,
One more time, please.
I didn't catch. Ivan.
Ivan.
Sorry.
Thank you. Ivan.
You can send
Okay.
your regards to the sheriff.
Well, I also like to make sure the little guy knows it's appreciated, but I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna go to bed, I guess. And Matt goes to bed.
It's actually funny. When you come down the stairs, Mikhail's door is open, and he's kind of just slyly like sticking his head out, and then he kind of whispers, "Is everything okay?"
It's fine. It's fine. Day guard.
I guess that's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at.
Sorry to bother you. Have a good day.
And like he's just
It-
awake.
Get good sleep
I'll try.
if you can.
He'll nod and he'll just kind of close the door.
What do you get for your willpower roll?
Me, I got 2.
Okay. You're okay for the moment as well,
Cool.
as you are continuing your conversation. Eventually you also will be claimed by the undeath and the day sleep and the void that consumes your waking thoughts, as all of you. And I think this is a good place to end our story for tonight.
Wow.
That was rough.
It was.
In a new haven with a new objective. But thank you all for watching this evening. I know it's a shorter session, but I think this maybe works better for this campaign. That being said, I've been Fettuccine. You've been watching this on Guild of the Phoenix. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to do that. Good old sweet follow, subscribe, whatever the heck you want to do.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, shit like that.
We're gonna go around again and introduce ourselves, where we can find you on the internet. I know I have your Twitter tags, which also have more clear distinctions. But I'm gonna go in reverse order. Caleb.
Hello there. My name is Caleb Wade with Crendamenta Presents and Guild of the Phoenix, and I was River Marlowe, our Toreador. You can find me on Twitter at Caleb is Belak, right underneath. That is KALEBISBELAK. You can also find whatever I'm doing on YouTube with Crendamenta Presents, and on Twitter at crem_demented. That's CREME_DEMENTED. Holy crap! This was a session.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I had fun, even though River was out of it for most of it.
All right. Julian.
I am Julian, otherwise known as Jackal from Jackal and Hare over on Twitch. We play and run games over there. We don't know if our Monday game is happening, but if you guys like D&D 5e Feywild Adventures, check us out, hopefully, on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do 2nd edition Scion there. I'll let Jesse talk more about that. And then I run a VTM game there as well. Not this Friday, but next Friday. That's a 1970s campaign. It's called Vampire at the Disco. And everyone is taking a trip up to a place called Cannock Chase, where little girls have been disappearing as of late from the woods.
Oh no.
Why
So
are
we're-
little girls in the woods?
So we're going into the woods.
The reason why they're going there is because the hunt has sent one of the coterie members up there to prove themselves worthy of joining their illicit ranks. They have to come back with a trophy. So you guys can guess in the chat what they have to deal with. But that's it. I had
It's a
fun.
Wendigo. I'm kidding.
It's a Wendigo in England.
Oh, I do love those
Well, in
Wendigos.
England, would that be a rake? The equivalent in England? I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be afraid of those Wendigos.
Wendigos.
Shane.
I am Shane, also known as Marine of One. I'm the group's Tremere. And you can find me every day at twitch.tv/Marina1, just like it says at the bottom. But only one instead of 2. And on Twitter, Marina at 11, because somebody took mine. And yeah, I play various video games. I'm also running Parslings on there every Tuesday. And I also do Twitch streams over at twitch.tv/Smunchy Games on Saturdays. Saturdays at 2 p.m. Where we play various Smunchy Games stuff. And I'm also running Parslings over there. So if you're interested in Parslings or some more Parslings, then
Parslings?
Parslings?
But do you
And,
have parslings?
yeah, and I also
Can I get
some
some parslings?
Side of parslings.
Oh, don't worry, there's more. Because you can find me here now doing VTM, but also here on Thursdays doing Parslings.
It's literally parslings with a side of parslings. I love it.
Yo,
Yeah, but they're all very different.
y'all got parslings?
They're all different flavors of horror, I swear. One is like Alien, one's like Silent Hill, and then we got whatever Fens is now.
You can really tell when a new game's out because there's just a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is on Kickstarter.
I just gave all of my players in the Saturday game guns, and they are freaking out because they don't know what to do with them. Because they've been constantly running from various creatures, and for the first time ever, they can fight back.
Giving them weapons? Sounds like a good.
Well,
good plan.
they solved.
What a
couple
nice
of
GM.
puzzles.
Yeah.
Oh my
just
gosh,
handing them
wow.
weapons.
They broke into an armory. I couldn't not give them
I want a
weapons.
gun. Give my players ideas now, Shane. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on from you. No, but Nate.
Yeah, I'm Nathan, also known as GNA3000 on Twitter. This is basically all I do currently. I have a couple projects which I'll be able to plug later in the works.
Can we also plug one of the things you already did that you've done recently?
Is it the game I made?
Yeah, the sweet game that you made.
Yeah, I designed a game called Hamsters in Space alongside co-designer Levi Ford. I won't be working with him going forward, unfortunately, but I will be putting out a full physical release for Hamsters in Space. Right now, you can get the standard rules or the basic rules on DriveThruRPG. It's a pay-what-you-want document, so if you want to take a couple bucks towards further development for the game, I really appreciate it. But if not, just it's pick it up. It's super fun. Thank you. Two of our biggest supporters right here in the call, but I won't out you like that. And if not, I hope you look forward to the physical release. It's gonna have extra mechanics. I'm gonna revise some of the base rules, and there's gonna be full lore based off some of the stuff I alluded to in the standard rules. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Hamsters in space.
Certainly not least. Actually, Nate, on a real note, if you want to drop that link in chat, you can totally do that, so people can go find out and support you. Yeah,
it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn, Jesse. You're the last
one. I'm Jesse. I play Khalees, who apparently everybody's had a bad time, and Khalees has just been here, just chilling.
Khalees is just vibing.
He's just here,
just vibing and just kind of like leaning in and just saying like. So anyway.
Or oh.
Fascinating. Anyway,
intriguing.
Nah, I'm not making notes or anything like that. But I am one half of Jacqueline Hare. I run the Jacqueline Hare channel here on Twitch, where we play games such as Dungeons and Dragons, our own VTM game called Vampire at the Disco, and I run Immortal Odyssey, which is our 2E Scion game where our players are children of the gods, and they are making their way. They're carving their own path to godhood.
I had a few guest spots on there.
Yeah, Caleb has already guested on it, so Caleb can always tell people about how awesome Scion is, and I hope Caleb runs a Scion game in the future. Not that I'm in.
Not like we're interested or anything.
No.
You will not get any confirmation on a recording. We've been over this.
And that's all I got, you know? I had fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the counterintelligence lies.
All right.
I want to be a spy.
Well,
I got a couple of good spy abilities I'm looking forward to using.
That's all I got.
marvelous. I've been your storyteller this evening. My name is Fettuccini. You can find me all over the internet at Fettuccini. I do a lot of things. I stream here.
You do so many things.
I don't do that much. Honestly, I say I do a lot, but I don't know that I actually do that much.
Stop it.
Stop it.
But you can find me here on Sundays. You can find me here on Thursdays. You can find me on the internet at Fettuccini on Twitter. I have my own Twitch, but I don't stream there. I'm working on a bunch of stuff on the back end.
You
Yeah.
sometimes stream there as a treat.
Yeah, well, on occasion, on a rare occasion. Who knows? Maybe I'll just do more VR shenanigans.
I have a weird question, Fen, and I think it'd be the perfect thing to ask so that way you can shut this stream down.
Yeah, what's up?
Because since fettuccine sounds like a pasta,
Yeah.
what kind of sauce would you be?
What kind of sauce would I be?
Yeah, what kind of sauce would
Jesse,
you eat
how could
fettuccine
you?
with?
Jesse, thank you for asking the question I've wanted to ask, but been too afraid to ever since I heard you say it out loud.
Fen,
just-
is it enegri sauce?
No, it's not Enrique sauce, nor is it delicious sauce, as Smunchy Games in chat has brought up, because I am known amongst the Smunchy Games people as delicious because my name is Fettuccini. If I was
I just
a
want to
sauce,
say for the record, I've known Fen was saucy since the day I met him.
why is it whenever I try to end these streams, it just derails into some weird territory?
No, I just
You're just
want
going to be screaming about lingua in the next 5 seconds.
I'm
No.
just saying, I want to know what is the best sauce to eat with fettuccine. That's all.
Consider your words.
Monster.
I almost said something that I'll share with you all when we get off stream, but I don't want to out her like that.
I
And
need
if you
an
want to
adult.
figure out, and if you want to find out what sauce to eat with fettuccine, you just have to come back in 2 weeks.
I mean,
To put us on that kind of a cliffhanger?
yeah, because I don't know. I have to
end it.
consult people. I don't know what.
But
kind
good stream.
we're gonna go raid somebody, so stick around for
Correct
that raid.
answer is squid ink.
But thank you all for watching. We'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.